All right, here we are. I finally got somebody other than a player to come and chat with me on cell phone, Scott. This is Jeff Conrad. And Jeff, you're here scouting for the Maritime Hockey League. First of all, how's the experience been here at what is always a really good tournament?
Yeah, you said it. It's always a great tournament. Was lucky enough to play in a couple of these back in my day playing, and Cole Harbour's putting on a great show here out in East Hants.
Now, you said you played in one yourself. Who did you play for, and how long ago was it?
It was a while ago, back in the 2002, 2004 era with the Dartmouth team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fond memories of the Midget Atlantics?
One better than a couple others. Was able to get through one. Kind of a long story about I was playing Bantam AAA and ended up finishing the year with the Dartmouth team. We had Mr. Crosby on that team, so I was able to finish.
Who could that be?
Yeah, exactly. So we ended up winning. That was over in PEI that year, and then up until the Cape Breton West team last year, we're kind of the team that did best at that tournament. Not unlike the Vito's a couple years ago, we won a silver medal in that. And then my second year, Cole Harbour was the host city then, and they did it at Cole Harbour Place. That was a good tournament. We lost to a very good St. John's, Newfoundland team in the final. And then my third year was Corner Brook, Newfoundland, and a couple other pretty good Dartmouth guys. We had Shepard and Marchand and Bondarchuk and a couple that didn't, become household names with Gallagher and Jeff McNeil, Ryan Hillier. Really good group of first-year guys for the Q draft. And we lost to Cornwall, and they were just a bunch of Junior A warriors. And I shouldn't say that. They weren't just Junior A warriors. They were warriors though, and they beat us in a tough final. So only the first one I ended up getting to win, and a couple silver medals after that.
Well, I mean, you mentioned so many iconic names, certainly in Atlantic Canada and Nova Scotia in particular, because that's where this tournament is. I mean, you look in the NHL now, McKinnon, Marchand, as you mentioned, Sidney Crosby. When you look around the talent that's here, and the kids seem to get bigger and better every year. I mean, there's all kinds of scouts here from the Maritime Hockey League, from the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. What's some of the biggest differences that you've seen in the skill of the players, even from when you played, which wasn't really that long ago?
Yeah, everybody on the lineup has good skill nowadays. Guys like me back when we played, it was a little more hard hitting. I think we played to our strengths, and not everybody could handle a puck like the kids can now. They've all got great shots. I think the smarts and the physicality is still there, but the kids now, they can all rip it. The goalies are all working hard to find pucks, and the skill level now is definitely maybe a little superior than what it was back when I played. And those new sticks kind of help too. You can drop some upper body weight on those, and the puck will fly right off them.
Now, when you showed up here today, did you think that some guy was going to roll up on you with a cell phone and say, "Hey, man, do you mind if we just hang out for a bit and we'll do an interview right into a cell phone?"
Well, that's already happened today. Yeah, I did one at Tim Hortons on the way.
See, I'm just second in line. What are some real fun things? Hockey aside, you come here. Crowds are big, there's all kinds of family and friends around, you see the little kids running around, but what are a couple of fun things outside of hockey that you enjoy about coming to these events?
I guess doing a little bit of scouting the last couple of years. I got a new batch of friends here that I see at most of the games, and that's definitely changed in the last few years too, where these games are heavily covered because the secret's out in the Maritimes and Atlantic Canada with the talent pool that we have down here. But yeah, just seeing other past players and coaches and families and people you've got to know through the hockey. That's probably my favorite part about coming here, and muffins and coffee and the hospitality room never hurt. And I think that was the last time I was talking to you. You were coming in taking a picture of us stuffing our faces.
I would say you're talking about actually at the East Coast Ice Jam. You're right. I did go in and just kind of get a shot of the scouts room. That kind of leads me to a question I always like to ask. When you come to events like this, the canteen is there, they get their food, the hospitality room is there, the volunteers do such a great job getting that ready. But what's the one food you look forward, when I go to a rink, it's always for me, it's stadium fries. But for you, what's the favorite food when you come to these tournaments that you want to make sure you grab?
Coffee's the big one for me,
yeah.
Definitely some coffee, and I'd like to tell you it's, bananas, apples, and protein shakes, but usually it's, I like the fries. definitely go for a coffee here and there, and the free stuff is usually the good stuff too.
The free stuff is all, and you know what? Typically, the stuff that's in the hospitality room that is the free stuff, it's like homemade. It's like home cooking.
Yeah.
It's the only time I can ever get home cooking is
Yeah.
at events like this.
Monktonian does a great one when they host their tournament. They and like you said, it's meatballs and,
Oh,
and
yeah.
rice and chili and chowder and the whole deal.
We should go get something to eat right now.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, listen, Jeff Conrad, good luck the rest of this tournament scouting, and good luck in the upcoming season in the Maritime Hockey League. And it's kind of a tradition I've set now with the Atlantic Hockey Report, whoever I talk to. The last thing I like to get my guests to do is just look right in there and wave. Bye. Thanks, Jeff.
See ya.